Hello students, welcome to the Basics of Rhythm Video 1. In this video you will learn the basics of rhythm and music making. This is the first of many videos on rhythm, so if you need to go back and reference this one, it will always be on Google Classroom. Being able to count rhythms is necessary to composition and music making. If you're doing a composition project this semester, then your understanding on this topic is imperative. If you're competing in the Rhythm Olympics, then your understanding of this topic is also important in order to win the game. Now, music is a different language, so don't be too hard on yourself if you don't understand it at first. Please email me, as always, if you have any questions about the video or any content in this video. And no worries, you'll get there eventually. Let's get into it. Music is made up of rhythm and notes. Each note has a different value. We've been talking about this concept for the past year or so in our classes, but I just want to go over some basics just so you can get a refresher. A whole note gets 4 beats, 4 snaps. A dotted half note gets 3 beats. The dot adds half the value of the original note, which in this case is 1. A half note equals 2, the dot adds half that, so 2 plus 1 is 3. A half note gets 2 beats. A quarter note gets 1 beat. And a triplet gets 1 beat. The triplet figure basically means that you've compressed 3 notes inside of 1 beat. I'll do it for you here. Triplet, 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 triplet. I snapped 4 times. That's 4 beats. So you're compressing these 3 smaller beats inside of 1 beat. I'm sure that will make more sense later on. Let's talk about rest. There are also rest, and they don't have a sound. You may know them as a sh, but instead of saying sh, we just count the number. A whole rest gets 4 beats. I've heard a lot of students say it's a full rest. Sure, but I like to call it a whole rest because it makes the connection between the whole rest and the whole note. So a whole rest gets 4 beats. A half rest gets 2 beats. A quarter rest gets 1 beat. And a dotted rest, as you might be thinking, well, is there 3 beats of rest? A dotted rest is not commonly used, but you can make 3 beats of rest using 3 quarter notes or 1 half rest or 1 quarter note. Eighth notes get half a beat each. 2 eighth notes make 1 beat. I'll count it for you. 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. So I snapped 4 times. That means that inside of the beat, it is compressed, right? So you're getting 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. In this case, if you were counting a rhythm, it wouldn't be as stilted as that. It would sound like 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. 16th notes get half of an eighth note. 4 16th notes is 1 beat. 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a. Think of it like this. We're going to subdivide, which means we're going to divide the beats into smaller units. A whole note is 4 beats. Subdivide that into half notes. Subdivide that into quarter notes. Now we're going to subdivide that into eighth notes. Subdivide that into 16th notes. This is a time signature. The number on top is how many beats belong in the measure. Let's not worry about the bottom number for now. The time signature is 4/4. So how many beats belong in this measure? That's right, 4. Which notes could we use to make the 4 beats in the measure? Pretty much anything we've talked about. Let's use 4 quarter notes. And this is how we would count it. 1, 2, 3, 4. Let's use 2 half notes. This is how we would count it. 1, 3. Why are the 2 and 4 in parentheses? Because beats 2 and 4 are silent. A musician would hold through these notes. Let's use eighth notes. The way we count eighth notes is 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. How many beats would this set of eighth notes get? That's right, 2. What about this? Exactly, 4. What about 16th notes? We know that 4 16th notes equal 1 beat. The way we count 16th notes is 1 and a, 2 and a. It sounds funny, right? Remember, music is a different language, and it's going to take a while to get used to counting this type of way. So I'll count it again. 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a. If you noticed, I snapped 4 times. Again, you're just compressing these little beats inside of one big beat. So how many 16th notes would it take to make up an entire measure? That's right, 16. 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a. A little bit slower now. 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a. This is an example with mixed notes, eighths and sixteenths. If 1/8 note equals 2 16th notes, you can count them by saying 1 and a, 2 and a, 3 and a, 4 and a. Let's do it the other way around. 1 and, 2 and, 3 and, 4 and. You could also think of it this way. When you see this figure, think of it as a 16th note figure, but omit the E. When you see this figure, think of it as a 16th note figure, but omit the ah. Confused yet? Triplet figures are different. You count them by saying the words triplet. They equal 1 beat, like I mentioned before. You are fitting 3 notes in the span of 1 beat. Triplet, 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 triplet. That's 4 beats of triplets. Remember, even though triplets don't get a number, they still count as a beat. Keep that in mind as you're making your measures. So right now we're going to count some rhythms. Example 1. Right here we have 4 16ths, 2 8ths, a quarter rest, and a quarter note. If you look at the time signature, I'm going to see that it has 4 beats in the measure. Great. Always start with the number 1 and then go in sequential order, like 1, 2, 3, 4. When I get to the beginning of the next measure, I start with the number 1. So here I go. 1 and a, 2 and 3, 4. 1 and a triplet, 3 and 4 and 1, 2 and 3 and a, 4 and a. Example 2. First, I look at the time signature. There are 4 beats that I can see. Great. I start with the number 1. So here I go. 1, triplet, 3 and a 4, 1 and a 2, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. Let's do it one more time. 1, triplet, 3 and a 4, 1 and a 2, 4 and 1 and 2 and 3, 4. So why did I hold the 2 that time in the second measure? That's right, it's because since it's a half note, it gets held over, so the musician holds it over. Last example, 4 beats in the measure, start with number 1. How do I count 8 16ths again? That's right, 1 and a 2 and, 3 and a 4, triplet, 2 and 3, 4 and 1 and a 2, complete. Okay, that's it for the basics video 1. I feel like I've given you a lot of information and I want you to just take it, absorb it, work out some problems on your own, see if you can start your homework. I think before the end of the week or maybe before the end of the night, I can put together another video for you explaining the dotted 8th 16th and the dotted quarter note. I think some of you have that in your homework. It is a slightly complex concept to understand, but I know you can do it. Okay, that's it for me. I will see you in the next one.